We are live. Hello, hello, people.
Give everybody a minute to come on, to come on Zoom, to come online, to join us. I'm just now getting notifications on my Facebook account that we're live. That's really cool. It's like, hello, people. Give everybody a minute. Do you guys hear me okay?
Yes, Chris
Yeah.
Oh,
is
there's
here.
Christopher. There's Marshall.
Marshall.
Hooray. Sierra, you won't be here by yourself.
No, I don't want to be here by myself. Come on, join us on Zoom. Have a chat.
Chris is coming. Marshall's coming.
Awesome.
All my friends are here. If you're on Facebook and you are viewing us online on your live stream, come join us. The link is on our page,
What's up?
on our Facebook event page, as well as on our website.
Yay, Marshall and Chris are here.
Marshall, hi, Christopher. How are you guys doing? So
Doing great.
excited. Awesome.
How
Awesome.
are you?
My reminder worked.
It's always it's not you, it's me, and the fact that I haven't passed 9 o'clock in 4 years. It's not you.
It's me.
Yeah, I missed this last chat, the last adult chat like this, because it was past 9 o'clock and I was doing something.
Yeah. We really try to include our folks over on the West Coast because I think it is hitting dinner time around, just about dinner time on the West Coast. So, or right after dinner time. So we're hoping to include some of our West Coast families here on Together Tuesdays Live because we definitely want them to be part of our community. So far, it's really been East Coast. We've been hitting the East Coast pretty hard. So hopefully, I know the weather is a little iffy for some of us. Maria had texted saying she lost power in Florida. So hopefully
Yeah, it's
everybody's staying safe.
we're under a wind advisory in Rhode Island.
Okay. Yeah, Chris and I are probably both under flood watches. I don't know if you got the alerts on your phone all day today. Flood watch and
crazy. Yes.
Hey Steve, how are you?
Thanks. How are you guys?
Good. I'm glad you made
doing
it. I know
well.
you were kind of unsure about being here today.
It conflicts with some other things, but I didn't have any responsibilities today, so it worked out.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. So I'm excited because it's 2024 and we're starting off the new year. With it's January. It's membership drive for AMCSI. So definitely, if you are not a member of AMCSI, please visit our website and become a vested member of AMCSI. Your support by becoming a member helps our grant program. So please, please, please. That is my only major announcement for this month because it is membership drive. We'll be launching conference registration February 1st. So that's super exciting for us. But I wanted to take tonight because last month was so meaningful and exciting to have our adult members join us for Together Tuesdays. We had some good questions come in from our community members, and of course, we took turns answering them. But tonight, I really wanted to start off by just casual conversation, obviously no pressure, and just kind of hang out with you guys and really get to know you all as individuals as part of this community. I think it's really important that our moms, our parents that are watching at home know you guys. And I know that you are all veteran attendees of our annual conference, and we want to make it where you know, when they do come to conference, they see familiar faces and are able to approach you guys and ask questions, you know, if there is any. I know, Steve, you are probably one of the biggest. You and Doug have a lot of people come and question or ask you guys questions on the floor, especially with the equipment that you bring and the equipment that Doug brings to conference each year. So I think it's really important that people know who you are and why you attend conference. So you know, of course, I appreciate you guys and all of your knowledge that you bring to the table at our annual conference. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see everybody here joining us. So tell me any resolutions for 2024?
Grow up.
To write 2024 and the date instead of 2023.
Yeah.
No, actually, I do have one. That's not a resolution. It's more of a emphasis that I'm working on. But I'm very much aware of the fact that I haven't maintained full health and the impact of that. So I've been working really hard on trying to do it. I have beyond AMC, I have ADHD and all kinds of other things that make it really hard for me. My executive function, the side that decides to do intelligent things, to actually override the side that would prefer to keep watching 8 Below on Netflix or something like that. So that's just my thing this year, is to try to work on fitness side. I'll tell you my non-public, I guess it's going to be public if I say it. I want to do long distance cycle camping on my trike. I have a fantasy of riding from the southwest corner of the U.S. to the northwest corner of the U.S. The end of next year, cycle camping. So I'm hoping to get down there as close as I can to the Mexico border on the Pacific and end up at the Canadian border on the Atlantic. So
How long would you plan for a journey like that, Steve?
It's I want to be cautious because a lot of people do their planning based on cycle, and I can't ride 100 miles a day like people that are cycling, and I don't want to spend the money in a hotel or motel every night. So I got to do it camping and being self-supported. So it's 3 months would be the absolute fastest, and I'm not gonna set out with a big schedule. And so we'll see. I have to get more fit. Right now, if I were to start, I'd be dead before I got to the desert. So
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
It's a good goal. I like that.
I'm hoping, I'll know more, by summertime, how well my fitness is progressing, and I will have tried a few overnight camping things, and we'll see where we go. My biggest problem is that both of my hand cycles are 20 years old and showing their wear. So that's one of the areas that I got to work in, but so we'll know, but I'm hoping that I can drop in and see people as I go and stuff like that.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to go from group to group and hopefully, show people that you can actually do that. We can have some fitness goals, that we can have some adventure goals, because a lot of people get to thinking that they don't have an option for adventure.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Maybe we can tie that into 253 for AMC, Marshall.
Yeah, I mean, I'd leave that up to Steve. I think that was it may be an interesting segue. Like, that is one of my goals for 2024. I would love to do the cycling campaign this year for myself, but continue to find ways to make it more inclusive so that people can participate in whatever capacity makes sense for them. And it doesn't have to be physical or exercise. Ted and Nani both helped me last year kind of toy with this idea of like, what's your 253? And 253 being representative of like a passion, a capability, something that, gives you the right mindset and headspace. And so I'd love to talk more about that, Steve, because I think people are sort of intimidated by what the ride initially was, which was just an idea. I jumped on a bike in Burlington, Vermont, and rode 253 miles. And I think a lot of people were intimidated, like, oh gosh, I couldn't do that, or I can't take the time off of work, or I don't want to do that. And so I think if you were training anyway, the idea of like creating, you know, through, it could be through, we have a page on Strava, but like a team and driving awareness through that campaign. One other idea I have for you, and I think your adventure is a little different because like you said, you're not going to set out with like a real structured itinerary, but I was really surprised how many hotels or accommodations were willing just to donate the evening in support of AMC. Like and all I did was call and tell them what I was doing. Like, oh, that's no problem. We'll give you your room for the night. And that might be here and there. And maybe you want to camp too. And it would just be, you know,
Yeah.
every third night to rest your head on a pillow in a bed. But we could talk more about that if that's something that, you know, you want to try to integrate into the awareness campaign.
Oh, that's cool. I hadn't even considered that. There's also something called Warm Showers, which is an organization of people that do cycle traveling, and people volunteer their homes that you can stay and stuff like that. So yeah, the idea of a shower every now and then is very appealing.
Yeah.
Well, your point's really well made too about just it being visible and tangible, that somebody can see what you're doing and go, oh gosh, like, you know, you can get out there and to use your word, go on different adventures. And so I think that's great. Like I would love to see people all over the country, and whether it's through 253 or any other way, like demonstrating those things and maybe driving more traffic to the website so folks are aware of the organization.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I think that even with an itinerary that is flexible, you know, I'll know what I'm looking at for the next week or so as I'm going, and you know, so we'll have to be spontaneous and where people meet up and things like that. The other flip side is I'm an evangelical Christian, so I'm gonna try to connect with church youth groups and things as I go along, because again, here we have a program in the public schools where people go in and participate in disability awareness, and you know, kids are fascinated by my braces and my wheelchair and how I get around and stuff like that. And so taking advantage of that in the church settings as well is one of the things I hope to do. But again, it's all really tentative, and I haven't actually spoken about it this publicly before. I'm kind of doing this because if you don't say it, then it's easier to chicken out. And if you do say it, then it's harder to chicken out.
Absolutely.
Well, Ani has my email, Steve. I'll leave it to you if you'd like to connect. I would enjoy talking more and brainstorming. If I can be helpful at all.
And you live up here in New England, right, Marshall?
I do. I live in Portland, Maine.
Okay, and I'm down near Lowell, Massachusetts. So.
Oh, great. Well, then we should definitely.
Yeah. At least ride together. I'm looking for some.
I'd love to. And one other thing I'll leave you with is the idea of like what maintenance you might need on your bike. I don't know enough about hand cycles, but is it like replacement of parts versus an entirely new bike? But maybe there's some fundraising we could collaborate on there as well.
Yeah. The ones that I have aren't really designed for a trek like this. So I'm looking into options to see what I could do.
Cool. Well, great goal. Thanks for sharing.
Sure. Thanks.
Absolutely. All right, Chris, let me know what you got for 2024.
My main goal at the moment is to get this office switched to the next room. So actually a friend from church was just helping me recently, just moving some stuff in the closet here to the other closet, and getting some art frames and other art pieces into the other room. And then we took down my futon, and I decided to go ahead and dismantle it because I'm not sure if it's really going to be fitting anymore. And I think I'll just put a bed in this particular room once it's emptied out. And then the other goal is I started it kind of back in November, but to lose 50 pounds this year.
Nice.
So November, so it's pretty much a whole year. It's from November to November.
Okay.
So I'm really slow right now. But
I know the feeling. Trust me, I'm trying to too.
I have hope. I have high hope. Even though it seems like it's crazy bounce up and down like all over the place. Like 2 days ago, I was down like I think 9 pounds. I was like, hallelujah. And then the other day, I gained like 3 back already. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I mean, it's just one of those things. You know, I do like to eat, but I've been better at portions. Um, it's just finding that right balance to figure out how do I really get this weight off of me and
Mhm.
keep it off. So right now, just getting it off. Then once it gets to that point, I'm like, okay, then I have to figure out how to balance it out and maintain it. So those are the 2 big goals of the year: getting the office set up, losing weight, um, artwork, trying to figure out what more to do. I am enjoying my newer look that I've been doing since when was it? I think last June. I really like it, and hopefully it will sell. And then help wherever I can. If you have some more ideas, let me know, and I can do that. I've been working on a friend's newsletter for her the last year and a half, and so that's been nice to do on the side. And
Awesome. You're still your artwork is still on display at the Artist Guild.
yes,
Okay. So if you guys are in town in Greenville, South Carolina, to visit Dr. Hire or any of the other doctors or for therapy, if you go to downtown Greenville, the Artist Guild of Greenville, what is that? Is it Coffee Street and
200,
Church?
200 North
Main
Main.
Street.
We're near the corner of East North.
Okay.
We're on the same block as the Hyatt. So they're at one end, we're at the other end. And if you like pizza, Bertolo's Pizza is right in front of us. And so go in through them or go in through the side. There's an atrium that you can go all the way down to. And then we're on the left just before you go up the stairs. And,
Chris, are you there often? Or
I try to be. Usually Saturdays are my main days because I work full time during the week, and then Saturdays are my time I try to go. So I want, depending on the month, I think I'm there at least 3 Saturdays or so, and it can range. Sometimes I'm there half a day from like 10 to 1:30, and then other times I will be working an all-day shift 10 to 5.
right. Okay.
Yeah, come by and say
Awesome.
hi.
And they can purchase your art there as well.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's all for purchase, and so I'm excited.
So I'm looking
Great.
at your picture on the Greenville Artist Gallery Guild page. Very good picture. Very good picture. You're looking hot and sexy there, man.
Thanks. I'm a really good photographer. So
I think that might have been a year or 2 ago. I'm not sure. Just looking.
it was even more than that. But I would actually, the funny thing is that was a test picture. So he took a bunch of us from work to help him set up this new system he was working with, and so we all took turns. And so I was like, that was like one of my favorite pictures. So yes.
And is there anywhere that we can go and see, on the web where we can see some of your artwork? Each of these places have had very few samples.
I need to put more on there. Probably the majority, if you were connected to me on Facebook, I do have an art file on Facebook. If you're connected to me on Facebook, I think called My Art, and it has a whole ton of stuff. And then I haven't been doing anything the last couple of weeks with holidays and other stuff, but I have posted periodically some of my newer pieces also through Facebook on my own page, and just say, hey, this is what I'm doing now. But yeah, I need to be better at updating my art page. online.
Chris, can I ask
Definitely.
you a question? You
Yeah.
have your creative pursuit in artwork, but you mentioned working full time as well. And maybe this is something to think about. Like last year, I had sort of this idea on LinkedIn, just because that's a more professional social media outlet of a group called Professionals with Arthrogryposis, particularly for some of the younger professionals trying to get into the workforce, to just be there as a resource. And that might be like resume development or networking, but helping people understand that like having arthrogryposis doesn't eliminate you from entering the workforce or pursuing a professional career. And so that's an idea that I've sort of had with some
Oh
support
yeah.
from Ted and others. So if that's something that anyone is interested in, I'd love to continue to grow that group if it's a viable idea.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I agree. I mean, I as a kid, I mean, I had an idea. It's like I want to work, I'm going to do something. But at the same time, it's like one of those where like, what am I going to do? Looking back, it was more like I was being pushed into the art realm, even though for me, I thought it was more of a hobby. So I was like, no, 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 I'm never going to be an artist. And here I am 30 years later, doing art, and I can't imagine doing anything else now. But yeah, it can be daunting, as a young person. It's like, what am I going to do? And trying to find um, that balance. It's like, what are you good at? What do you like to do? And I think part of that is, what do you like to do, and try to get into that. And as an artsy person, that was me. Even though, I pushed back a lot. I was like, nah, that's not. But now it's like it is like my life. And like, I'm a graphic designer, by trade, and then I'm doing painting and artwork on the, outside as well. And I'm helping here and there, with even doing some of the t-shirts we have done for our gift shop and some of the other gift things. So just having that, creative ability, um, just, yeah, I would say, if you're young, reach out to us older people, and talk with us. And I just forgot her name. She reached out a while back to get an idea for her resume. And so I sent some information back to her on that. And yeah, it can be daunting, but I think part of it is like you got to have the attitudes like you can do it, and you may not get the job right away. You might have to go through a couple different interviews, and have the patience. But once you get your foot in the door, it's a great thing to have. And being part of AMC, it's amazing how many other professionals are out there. Like Lauren, she's a lawyer, and I forget his name, Jamie, the guy from Canada who was a race car driver. It just amazing. All these different AMCers out there doing these phenomenal things. Like teaching, and one was a dentist I met. You have a couple of Paralympians that I know now who are AMCers. The I guess what you say, the world is your oyster, so to speak. It's like there's so many opportunities for us to do, even when other people may look at us and say, well, we're not sure about, your abilities. But, it's like, I know what I can do, what you can do. It's like, don't let people tell you no, keep at it, keep doing it. And even if you to be an entrepreneur yourself, there's so many things on social media now. You can actually start your own business online. If you're an artsy person, sell stuff on Etsy and other places. Just put your name out there, and just keep going for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that is so important. Marshall, do you happen to have the name of the group on LinkedIn? Somebody was asking about a link to it. So we're wanting to link to that so people can connect to it via Facebook. They're asking.
Yep, I'll put it in
And
the
then-
chat. It's
Perfect.
It's
And-
professionals with arthrogryposis. Should come up, and I'll put it in the chat as well.
Perfect. And then Ted will get it on Facebook. So our friends over there can and Anne commented that she agrees there should also be something for us adults with AMC who speak to the younger generation. We all adapt to things differently. Imagine all the different types of ways we could learn to do things together. And that's really the importance of these live AMC Zooms every week. We really want to connect our AMC adult community with those that are watching at home. A lot of our parents are watching, and I know that you guys always have valuable information to share, and just, of course, words of encouragement for just your incredible journeys, and just even your resolution sharing today is incredible. So I appreciate you all chiming in that. So I wanted to really quickly, because I love the self-promotion, because I think it's important that we all support one another. So I'm going from one artist to another. So Ted, you get to share your resolution for 2024, and you also get to share your art page so we can all follow and support.
Okay, put me on the spot. Yeah,
You.
that's one of the New Year's resolutions I'm working on this year. If I had a resolution, it was to get back into my art. I've been an artist ever since I was a kid. It's been I could have skipped high school and gone right to art college, and I would have been set. I've known about it since I was that young. But I haven't really been in the art world in a long time. I kind of Once I graduated from art college, I went right into the design world of it. And have been building, websites, and I've designed just about any possible design you could ever think of. I've owned my design company since 2006, ranging from billboards to 40-foot banners to, you name it, newsletters, postcards, flyers, advertisements, just about any type of vehicle you could think of. So my real love though with it is actually the actual art with the mediums, with the different mediums. I do specialize, I kind of like doing mixed medium illustrations, which is, a variety of different types of paints, acrylics, pencils, airbrush, you name it. I love getting into all that stuff. So I have some things on the web. I have a website of some of my previous works. And I'll share that link shortly, but it's misconnections with a z.com. And it's basically where all of my creative escapes, as I like to call them, are, because working on a computer for 8 to 12 hours a day, and then that's my creative escape, is going to a canvas, going to a sketchbook, doing that kind of stuff. So that's where most of that stuff is. And I haven't updated it in probably over about a year, so it's a little overdue. But yeah, that's where some of the stuff is, and it includes everything from from music that I've written to poetry to sketches to paintings to stories, dreams. I've actually written, because I have a tendency to remember dreams really well. So some of the good ones I would write down, or some of the ones that were like really crazy and fun, kind of write them down and put them out there, just as a creative way to stay fresh and keep the creative entity moving. But yeah, that's probably my goal this year.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's exciting. I know I've been nagging you about getting your artwork on print so that way you could sell them. I think they're beautiful. Chris, I think your artwork's beautiful too. So you guys definitely need an online platform where you sell your artwork.
Thank you.
I think our community would support it,
Yeah.
I don't know, come and be a vendor at our annual event and bring your artwork.
Do it.
We have that that vendor option for a reason. So, definitely showcase your artwork. I mean, I think it's beautiful. Both of you are
And
very, very
again,
talented.
I'm sorry, I interrupted. I
Oh,
apologize.
you're fine, Steve. Interrupt anytime.
Forget getting money out of our people. We want to get money out of the able-bodied folks. So get
Yeah.
out there and get the big bucks, man.
There you go.
Exactly. I've actually looked into a few different avenues. I just haven't found one that sit right. A lot of them require some hefty fees up front to get something like that set up. But I actually have looked at one recently that I need to revisit. I looked at it at the middle of last year. And I had a conversation with the owner briefly, and it sounded good. And I had actually done some pieces with him a few years ago. And they sold it to, apparently he said some prince in India bought it. Like he bought a double size version of one of the pieces that I did, and it was all they do. Their setup is basically print on demand, so you're not printing a bunch of stock of things and then hoping to sell it all. It's based off of the orders, which is what I liked. And they handle all of the shipping, all of the everything. And it's just it's a hefty fee that I'm kind of putting some money away at a little nest egg to get that going, but it's definitely something to think about. It's tough doing it when you're doing it on your own with getting the artwork and then marketing, and then it's a full-time job to really do that,
It is.
to really make it successful.
Yeah.
I have a question. Do you think that do you think that you'd be able to, or if this is even a good idea, like on the AMC website, like feature AMCers and their like artwork or their craft or something like that?
That's what we're working on.
Okay.
Love that idea.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So we're Ted is actually working on a complete 100% redesign of our website, which is really exciting. I got a sneak peek. I think Marshall got a sneak peek of it, and it's beautiful. I mean, beautiful. So we're really excited about that, and that's one of the things that we definitely want to support. We want to be able to highlight our AMCers and their work, the work that they do, or businesses that they might run, in hopes that we could connect them with other community members. Like, your networks are incredible. Some of you have amazing networks, and you just never know who is going to be listening or hearing about your artwork or your your place of business, or even if you're an entrepreneur and you're starting something. That's the whole goal of this, is to share and hopefully have a good spot on the website to advertise that. I mean, I think it's important. So yes, and obviously with that will come social posts and posts for this year to support any of your efforts out there, even your ride, Marshall and Steve. If you guys do something together, as a collaboration, that would be fun to post about as well. Chris, if you hit your goal, wait, I mean, like, come on, we're gonna celebrate
Yeah.
everything. Even Sierra's writing 2024, so
Yeah, my goal is to write in my journal more, because it's like
yes,
not
yes.
actually type, but write in a journal and not be like self-critical about like, oh, it's not spelled right, or it's not, I can't read it after I'm done writing. But yeah.
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
awesome.
like so when I was at the conference, I came as myself, not as a professional, but I naturally like networked with other parents. Like some parents were like some of their children didn't have AMC, and they're like, we're struggling in the school system. And I go, well, I work for an organization that helps people in Rhode Island that navigate the special education system. You should reach out to your own you should reach out to your own center, and stuff like that.
That's awesome. So is there a place of you're saying, so in the education system, is there a nonprofit or organization that works, that's all over is nationwide, that you
Yes,
work for?
so each state has like a parent center, which helps out parents with children with special needs navigate the education system and maybe the healthcare system as well. And so, this parent was like, well, my kids are having trouble in school. And I was like, well, contact your parent center in your state. Like you can just Google the name, and
Okay.
they were like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
So it might be called different things in different states, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely important to have that connection. I think that's great that you were able to network that on the floor of conference. Definitely much needed. Your of course support. Hi Rod, how are you? You got any resolutions for 2024?
I do actually. Nothing major, I guess. For me personally, I guess, it's more about finding more balance in life. Of course, I'm out of work right now, but so finding a job is one thing, but I want to be more balanced in my overall life. Just on that goal or journey of contentment, and so that's where I am. I want to, of course, I want to get employed again, and then from there, just work on some things in the personal life, and just make this life as fulfilling as I can, and for as long as I can. So yeah, that's basically my resolution per se.
You see January 6th case where
I love that. That's awesome.
prosecution by Joe Biden.
Yes, for as long as you can, Rod. That's awesome.
Right.
So-called journalist.
Love that. All right. Sherry, you got what you got? I know Courtney's got one loaded already. She loaded one in the chat, but she joined us. She gets to share hers.
Mine, I guess, the same part too. Is like where Chris is just trying to lose weight, trying to food prep more. And he's right. It's frustrating when you're like, oh, you weigh yourself. You're like, I'm down like 10 pounds for the month, and you weigh yourself a week later, and I'm like, wait a minute, why those 3 pounds come back or something? And then like right now, my work schedule for this week is off because my boss is out of town, and then the operations manager, his father passed away Saturday, so we have to go in early, and so trying to keep that food prep thing going and sticking to a diet is hard. And the other thing is just to be more, I guess, assertive and not having them, because I mentioned this before, at work I was trying so hard to make myself indispensable to prove I could do the job, that I succeeded at that, and now they won't leave me alone. So now it's like trying to push back on that and get them to think and do things on their own. And like it really came to clear that weekend we spent at Felicity's. Which I don't know, did we tell you that story, Ani?
You did.
Yeah, it was the four of us. It was Carly, me, Felicity, and her little sister, and Kylie. And between the four of us, we, Kylie can get in her out of her chair, and then Carly actually helped Felicity get in her Hoya lift, and so between the four of us, we actually were able to help, two others find, be able to help them out. So if we can figure out how to do something and get it done, then they should be able to do it too.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you guys figured that out. I know you guys had a nice New Year's together, AMC family down in the Southeast with Felicity. Thank you for hosting. I wish we could have made it, but it was just impossible with all of Abby's sicknesses going on. But I'm really glad that you guys were able to spend some time together and figure that out. That whole independence piece. I love that. I know you're excited when you told me that, Sherry. So I appreciate you sharing that with me.
Yeah, we were all excited, like, damn, we figured this out.
Absolutely. Felicity, you got any resolutions for this year?
Well, between today and Friday, I'm moving into my own apartment. So
Congrats.
Yay!
I guess just figuring how to be an adult because I don't even know how to grocery shop, I'll be honest. Like I go to the store and I'm like, ooh, brownies, that looks good. No, I need to make a meal for dinner, not brownies. So I guess like
Tip number one, don't go hungry.
that's my problem
That is
too.
true. That is so true.
I hate grocery shopping. So I only think about it when I'm like, ooh, I could go for like a 5-course meal. And then I go and I'm like, I only need a couple of things. And then $400 later, and then all it is cookies and brownies. And I'm like, I don't even have anything to eat. So I'm still hungry. So I guess kind of just like figuring out how to adult and be like
I'm still trying to figure it out.
in,
Yeah,
be
I
like,
haven't figured
Me
out
too.
grocery shopping.
That's an everyday
be
thing.
like more I feel like I'm very independent already. Like mentally, I'm very independent, but I guess like actually, like something as simple as like, oh wait, I need toilet paper. Like I was just thinking about that today. I'm so used to it just being in my house because I live with my parents that like it's something that I don't even think about that you need. So I guess just being like more independent as an adult. And I also want to go back to school finally.
Good.
I want
Those are awesome goals, Felicity. I'm so
But I
happy
also
for you.
thank you. And I also don't understand like school either. And I was yelling at my computer actually before I joined this. Because I was like, I don't understand what this means. And I'm like, I want to get associates in this, but I want a bachelor's in this, but I want a master's in this. And I don't know how all of this works. I need some guidance.
Anne says ramen noodles for
Yeah.
dinner.
Yeah.
Probably breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's like the college students meal plan,
Oh yeah.
right?
And
Ramen noodles.
I'm okay with that.
You can add a lot of stuff to ramen noodles to get them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
I probably
For-
won't do what I did when I was a kid because I put mustard in my ramen noodles when I was a kid. It's really gross now.
Okay. Well, ramen
Yes.
is very versatile. So, I mean,
That's
you know,
true.
it's quick compared to, it's even quicker than spaghetti. But you can add different vegetables, different meats, different flavors,
Yeah.
seasonings. So you can have something new all the time.
Oh yeah.
So, which is great.
I'll try to get my protein in. I'll
And
try
maybe
my
some
best.
gravy.
Maybe some.
Hey, Felicity, if you need help with the associates, the bachelors, and the masters, hit my line. I can help you with that.
Yes, thank you. Because I'm like, I know I'm not dumb. I'm just really not understanding what I need to do here.
I got you. I got you. Just hit me up.
Okay.
Yes, I think we have a good amount of resources with our AMC adults. I know that you guys are regulars on our Saturday chats, which is really exciting because it's nice to see regular faces in that chat room. I usually pop in for a few minutes and then Sherry just talks and I'm like, okay, girl, I'm here for the whole hour. So if you don't know, the adults meet regularly every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just putting in a little plug. But these are usually the regulars that are there. And I pop in just to, sometimes I have an announcement. Like I came in, I said, I need you guys to come to this Together Tuesdays and join us because we needed some help in that realm. We wanted our adults. The last I heard a lot of great feedback about you guys being with us the last month. So I appreciate you guys all being here. All right, Courtney, do you want to read your resolution or do you want me to? You got it. You got it, girl. Oh, yeah, I can. Absolutely. All right. So Courtney's resolution for 2024. I'm a writer, so I'm working on writing. I'm hoping to submit a story or a poem at some point. There's more, but the list is too long. And then I think you posted in the chat how to be independent, and an independent adult is definitely one of the goals, and that's exciting to hear. I know that you and Felicity probably talk a good bit on Saturday Zooms as well about that. So that's so important to so many of you guys. So I'm excited that we have this community that
I think your artwork's beautiful too. So you guys definitely need an online platform where you sell your artwork. I think the community would support it. You know?
Let me mute you. Hold on.
I don't know. Come
Yes.
and
Oh,
I got her muted. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, got Facebook Live feedback. Apologize. Alex, are you there? Do you want to share?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Alex.
I'm just not able to use the camera.
That's okay. No worries.
Yeah, I guess my resolution is recovering from my accident and getting through that and able to get on stage and hopefully dancing by summer.
Okay.
I fell out of my wheelchair back in September and broke both of my lower legs.
Oh,
So I've been recovering from that and starting physical therapy, hopefully this week, that I can start doing weight bearing and start transferring in and out of my wheelchair again. So still got look, I'm recovered a long ways, but still have a long ways to go.
Awesome.
So
I hate
yeah.
that. I hate that you had that accident. But I'm glad that that's part of your goals for 2024 is recovering from that. Alex, tell our community about your dancing, because I've always thought that was the coolest thing ever. And I'm still looking forward to going to one of your shows when you're back at it.
Yeah.
And I know that you do have a few videos on YouTube as well.
Yes, I do. And I might
That's
be
awesome.
dancing in South Carolina in the summer also, but I'm not
Oh,
sure yet.
okay.
In Columbia.
Well,
In
keep me
Columbia.
updated. Okay, I'm not far from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. Keep us
No,
updated.
yeah. About my dancings, I've been dancing for about 34 years. And I started in high school and continued into college and got a dance degree from Texas Women's University in 1999 and had my own dance company for about 22 years. And I've been with Beacon Dance in Atlanta, Georgia since 2014 and on their board of directors. I'm also on the board of directors for National Dance Society also. And that's a national organization. And we have a conference in South Carolina in June. So that's what I might be at. That's where I might be performing. And I'll be also working the conference also. So that's a brief overview of my dancing and everything. And if you type in my name with dance, Alex Spitzer, you can find some videos on YouTube.
nice.
Very cool. I'll
So,
have to get with you, Alex, and get more details about your upcoming events, and we'll share that in our newsletter. Because I think it's important for our community. We have a lot of members in the state of South Carolina and some that live in Columbia as well, and get that networked out to our families there. Hopefully they can support and attend, and hopefully see you at our conference in Atlanta, since we will be at your home base.
yes. I'm hoping to be able to come. So yeah.
Exciting. That's great. I'm glad to see you here, Alex. It's been a while.
It has.
So happy
I'm glad to be
see
here
you.
too.
Absolutely. All right. So Steve shared in the chat, and I think it's really important for us to also make sure that we are aware of just the fitness being a huge topic with our community. Those of you that are struggling with it, maybe we could figure out a way to either bring in somebody that's really. I know Doug is a huge proponent in fitness and staying active. I know David is as well, David Solano. But it'd be great to have an adult panel that is strictly full of information for fitness. Marshall, I don't know if you know anybody else within our community that could help in that realm, but that would be something maybe that we could talk to Michelle with as well, and have something standing on the ground for this year's conference. Just helping our AMCers stay active, and great tips to as far as exercise is concerned. I know that we've hit that several times during conference, either on the ground or in actual group sessions. I know the adults might have covered a little bit of fitness in the adult session. But I know there might just be a need to have or carve out time just specifically for fitness and how to keep active as an AMCer and how important it is to keep moving. I know David hits home with that a lot. And so does Doug. Steve, do you have any input on that?
I was just this week in particular, but I've been noticing all along that a lot of the comments that AMCers put in the different Facebook pages, are talking about their lives deteriorating, AMC grading or getting worse with time. But AMC is not a degenerative disease, it's a condition. And we're just impacted more if you start with less functionality, then as natural deterioration happens, we're more impacted. So, the necessity of helping young AMCers develop a lifestyle of fitness and health and the value. I'm with Chris. I'd like to drop 50 pounds. The need to get rid of those things that unnecessarily hinder us and keep us back. It's just really, really important. So that if there's anything that we can, find a way to pass along in terms of education to the younger AMCers, it's their need to take personal responsibility for their fitness and health.
I will say that for me personally, with not having much mobility, I have lost a considerable amount of weight over the past 2 or 3 years, and that's mainly due to what we put in our bodies. So I mean, if we are eating donuts and eating bagels and eating all the stuff that's really, really delicious, but it's not really good for us, we're gonna gain weight. And I have
Listen, Rod, stop
Hey,
raining on your college girl over here.
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
I love my bagels.
Hey, I love burgers. I love burgers and I love my French fries. But I do know that when I cut back on a lot of that stuff, I noticed that I started losing weight like instantly, and just eating more things like eating your broccoli and eating your, yeah, I know it's disgusting, but eating your broccoli, eating your green vegetables, eating your fruits, and really drinking water.
Yeah.
The key really is just the more water you drink, the faster that weight is gonna drop off, even without exercise. I mean, I was up to a size 42. I'm now pushing size 36. So yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, good for you.
So yeah, Rod, your point is really well taken, that fitness and health has a lot of facets to it, not just exercise, not just activities, but the choices we make. One of the areas that I'm least healthy is I have no discipline about going to bed. So some nights I'll go to bed at 10 o'clock, and some nights I'll go to bed at 4 in the morning after binge watching something for a long time. But everything I read says that sleeping is important for health. I just brought that up as an example that there are an awful lot of things that AMCers would benefit themselves by learning when they're in their teens and 20s than when they're 69.
Yeah, I mean, I can say I definitely agree with the sleep part. I know because I average about 4 to 5 hours on a night, and then one night out of the month I'll sleep for 12. So it's more of a thing. I've noticed with me when I switched from the regular diet to a more of a vegetarian diet, I'd say I'm probably 70-30 vegetarian now. I noticed a huge difference in pain levels, in the weight loss and everything else. It slimmed everything down basically, and it made a huge difference for me. But it's different for everyone, so it's kind of like you just got to try different things until you find the one that works for you, and then go with it. I mean, it's just like everything else. You got to keep trying things and seeing what works.
And there is a Facebook group that somebody started. I don't remember his name, but he started a Facebook group for fitness and encouraging people to join up with that and get to the support of a community. I noticed one of the things I noticed in the last year is how many people are posting about pain, and then they show a picture, and you go, "Oh my gosh, that's swelling." Whether you had AMC or not,
Yeah.
if your circulation was that bad, you'd hurt.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
you know, there are just so many things that people need to know to address. So anyway, I don't have all the answers, but I'd love to be part of that panel if you think I'd be useful. And I think that as a mission, the AMCI SCI group, that's one of the areas that we could really educate the community.
Agreed.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking, Ted, if we could maybe carve out a spot on the website and maybe we could all collaborate together to see about adding items that have worked for each one of you, and then maybe more can submit via Facebook, or maybe we even have a forum that might be helpful to have that on as a resource. Obviously, everything that Rod said is super important. Water and eating healthy. Sherry mentioned eating more proteins and cutting carbs has helped her. So I know it's different for everybody, but I think it would be great to have resources, and maybe somebody that's listening out there in the community might have some more tips for our AMCers, or AMCers themselves. So yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be important to also have a panel discussion just strictly on fitness, because wow, I mean, we could talk all day about fitness, but everybody has work
some of the
tomorrow,
parents
right?
need to hear this. Some of the people need, the parents need to hear this, and that's where the doing it at the conference is a good idea. And Ted, just to load more work on your shoulders. Fitness is one area where we all have ideas, but all of us have found new ways. I mean, Sherry, you were talking about the different ways that people found to get around their difficulties of getting in and out of their chairs and whatever. I'd love to see us be able to post those. Every now and then people have posted a video of here's how I do my hair, and here's how I solve this problem, here's how I work in the professional world. I mean, there's so many different aspects from that in terms of ideas about how to cope with your AMC. There are lots of different topics, and health could be a subtopic in a bigger database of just ideas that people could browse when they're struggling. Somebody posted about a body brush they use when they take a shower, and I bought one, and it helps. So it's like good ideas. We can all take them.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a great way to do it. I mean, we can even add, asking people in the forum if they have what topics would they like to discuss. If they have new ideas, let us know. We can absolutely make things happen. Yeah, that's great, Steve.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I think it's important. I know even just the brush that you mentioned, Steve, there's a brush that Carly brought to my house not too long ago for a small gathering we had at my house with the AMCers, and her brush is really neat. She has it attached. Yes, her hairbrush is attached to some sort of, is it PVC or some sort that was made for her, and I thought that was really innovative, just how we are adapting to do all of our ADLs, and I mean, just it's incredible just to see what's available. Go ahead, Felicity.
I have my toothbrush taped to 2 chopsticks so I can brush my teeth.
Yeah, there are inexpensive solutions to our problems that are good to know about and to experiment with, and sometimes we'll have to spend thousands of dollars, but hopefully we can get by with toothbrushes and popsicle sticks.
One of my I just dropped it, so never mind. But one of my gadgets was just right in front of me that I was gonna show. My makeup brush is inside of one of those like big round straws. So
Mhm.
then I could prop my hand up on like a counter or a table and just put my head down like this, and I can do my own makeup like that too. And I think I got that straw from the McDonald's drive-through, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And it was just fatter, so I was able to shove my makeup brush in it, and it's very sturdy. So I mean, I haven't taken my eye out yet.
That's good.
One of my favorite like presentations at the last conference was that woman who creates stuff out of like kitchen materials or household materials, like the sushi circle, the sushi spinner or whatever.
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, she's
Yes.
really cool. I bought her book. It's well worth having. It's a good book.
Absolutely. Yes, she I think we try to get her to come every year. I have seen her in action create drinking cup holders for wheelchairs out of Velcro, which was like I was amazed. She did it in like 5 minutes. I think it's Dr. Wilcom, right, Chris?
I think
I
that's
think that's
correct. Yes.
I
yeah,
think so.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So very cool to see that on the ground. And you're like, I think she also does card holders and laptop holders. I mean, it's incredible what she's able to create on the ground with just everyday things that you never, I mean, so inexpensive. So really, really excited. All right, I'm not going to keep you guys all night, but Anne joined us. She wanted to join us, so I figured we'd let her share her 2024 resolution.
Hey everyone. Actually I'm sorry that I got on a little late. I wanted to join in when you guys were talking about your whole weight loss and all that. I actually had the gastric sleeve surgery 7 years ago. I hit my goal weight my first year out, and I have maintained it ever since. I was very scared though to have that, and I actually looked at the doctor and said, "Never mind." And he said, "No, you're gonna be all right." And you know what? I think this was like one of the best decisions I made for myself. Just because I have two girls of my own, and they're little, not so little anymore, I guess, 12 and 9. And when they were younger, though, it was very hard for me to run with them, play with them, anything like that. And I'm only 5'1", and I will share this with you guys because I'm proud of myself, because as of yesterday, I my starting weight was 337 pounds, and I'm only 5'1". My ankles are fused together with my feet. My hands are, I never had surgery to my wrists. So both of my wrists are, all as one, I guess. And so carrying all that, being that heavy, and being able to walk was very hard. My legs gave out on me a lot. So now I am 130 and I can breathe. I found out back then I had sleep apnea, really bad asthma problems. So now I'm no longer any issues with that, and I can play with my kids. That's the best part,
Yeah.
you know,
The
and
success stories are so important.
keeping up with being active. I think that is, it's a very big thing, especially for us. So it's definitely hard either way, any way you do it, any way you do a diet. I've been on plenty, you know. So, but thank you guys. I guess my New Year's resolution is to read. I'm not a reader, so I'm reading this year.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice job.
Started already?
Yes, yes.
job.
Congratulations, Anne. That's awesome. I'm glad you popped in to share that.
Yeah, I heard you talking and I said, oh my gosh, I got to talk to you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the goal is to hopefully do these together Tuesdays with our adults, at least once a month, if not more. You guys are always welcome to attend, even if we have a special guest in the lineup. We definitely want to hear from you guys. Always, 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 always. You guys are all incredible. And your resources and the stories that you all tell is just amazing. And I am just so grateful to be such a part of this wonderful, wonderful community that's so open to
Are
share.
these usually night like during night?
Our Together Tuesdays are every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the adult session is Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday. So we're hoping to expand. Yes, Rini, the more the merrier. We love you. Why are you not in here? But yes, we're hoping to expand, and these conversations are so important to have. I told Ted today that we were just going to hang out with our adults and just have casual conversation. There was nothing on the agenda for today. We really just wanted to hang out with you guys and just talk like, friends do it at a coffee shop. We just don't have the opportunity to do that often, and we only get to see you guys once a year in person. If we're lucky, maybe twice a year if you're kind of local. So hopefully more and more of these Zoom gatherings are come to fruition, and of course our local mini meetups. That's the goal. That's the goal for us to all get together in person, because I know how important that is. But yeah, I don't get to see you guys because our team's always working and running around with our heads off.
It's true. This is very true.
But we are so grateful for each of you for sharing and being so open and willing to share with our community. But yes, goal for 2024 for AMCSI is to really get more resources out there to help our families in that realm, the fitness and the independent living, and share those success stories. I think it's really important to share on socials and on our website what you guys are doing, because it's important to see that. But also if you do happen, and if you're listening at home and you have an art piece that you're working on, or anything else that you might be doing, whether it be riding your bike or driving your car, and you want to film it, we are accepting videos to share with our community. Anything between 10 seconds or under a minute usually is pretty good for our newsfeed algorithm. Chris has been a victim of my video recording many a time. And so that's the goal. The plan is to go to Chris's house and record some of those items again. But if you do have anything you want to share with our community, Felicity, show us how you do your makeup or do your nails. That would be fun.
You guys don't want to watch me do my nails. I use super glue.
Nice.
It's very unhealthy. Don't do it. I don't recommend.
Nice.
I could show my makeup though. I do that in a healthy way, I think. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, we also have
Be
that.
good at my makeup, so.
We would love that, because we started up the series of This Is How I on the website too. So, and that's where we would post that, and we would share it across all of our social platforms. And we could, if you guys want to send us even your social link accounts, we can link you guys to it when we post, and make sure that everybody sees it. So that would be awesome.
And I mean, this makes me sound bougie too, but my eyelash extensions that I have on right now, I did by myself last night, and it took 2 hours.
Nice.
Oh, that's not bougie. And
That's a flex. You flex on that.
so you
Like-
could, what is it called? Is it time lapse when you record and like fast forward?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It took a very long time, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I had about 12 eyelashes go in my actual eyeball, and I was like, but I did do it, and they're still on, and they've been on for 24 hours, so
Nice.
We got somewhere.
There you go.
Counts.
And it was
That's awesome.
$7 versus 150.
Boom. There it is.
Boom.
Mhm.
$7.
That helps. Save the money. Save the money. But Alex, if you have any dance videos you might have that you can share with us, please let us know. We'd love to share those as well. And Chris, I don't know if you have any. I know we talked about it, but I don't know if you have any of you actually doing your artwork on video. You doing Legos live?
I have Lego. I need to reach out to my friend Esther and Jamie. I think it's been a while. I think they do have a video somewhere of me doing a painting, or at least a little bit of a painting somewhere. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while.
No problem. I'm only 40 minutes away from you. I can record it. We're good. We're good. All right.
Yes, there was a
type.
dance video I shot last year that was for video. That would be a good one.
Awesome.
That-
Alex, I have your email address. I'll connect you at TED to get that file over, because it
Okay,
would
sounds
be
good.
the shares are really difficult, but if we have the actual video to share, it's easier for our community to share through our page. And usually the shorter the video we've found, the more outreach it does for some reason, which is whatever. Okay, I guess it's like
Usually like
under-
a 30 second,
It's actually
a
an 8
minute to a
minute.
30 second.
It's actually on YouTube already.
Nice.
Oh, is it? Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. We could search up your name, Alex, or is it under your dance studio or dance company?
I think it's under my name.
Okay.
It's called
All right.
Part of a Dancer. I email me and I can get you the exact link for it.
Perfect.
Okay.
I found 4 of his videos while we were chatting on YouTube. So yeah,
Wow.
Okay.
I browsed Alex Spitzer dance and these popped up.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And did you want to say something? Oh yeah, I agree,
Oh.
Courtney. 10 to 30 seconds is everyone's attention span, especially with TikTok.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
yes. If you don't engage your audience within that first 10 seconds, we lose you. So I know we had a driving video not too long ago. I think it went viral again. We reposted Michaela's driving video and it was 10 seconds, but there's probably about 15 or 20,000 views on it just
Wow.
her driving, which is incredible. So it just goes to show you, even the 10-second videos can have a huge impact on our community and get people talking, because they're wanting to know how to also get that device that Michaela's using on that particular video. I might reshare it again. Hey Zach, how are you? He's on Facebook Live, but we have gone over time. And wrap it up, Ted. What you think?
Sure. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. It's been another successful Together Tuesdays with everybody, and we look forward to seeing you all again. Like Ani said, we want to try to do this, at least definitely once a month, if not more, because I think this is really helpful, and there's been a lot of insight that was shared tonight, and I thought it was really good. We have another one coming up next Tuesday, the 16th. We're hoping to get a special guest that we're still working on. And that tonight's word, the secret word, is cupcake. So if you've made it this far, and you can be the first person to email us in with that word to info@amcsupport.org, you'll get a free,
cupcake
item yes, from the store. So the first person to do that will win. And with that, we want to say be safe and be strong, everybody. We'll see you next week.
I think you picked cupcake on purpose, given our health discussions.
Well, I got to do something. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's a healthy cupcake.
Yeah.
It is a healthy cupcake.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for letting me join.
Take care.
Absolutely.
welcome.
Anytime.
Thank you.
Next week. Join us next week, you guys.